Hello YouTube, it's your sweaty boy here. B3 back with another kicking, beautiful movie reaction review, yeah. And today we are reviewing Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings. If you keep up with our movie reaction reviews, you know that I adored Pumpkinhead, one of my new favorite horror films of all time. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great, a very unique monster film, and just a whole lot of scary fun. Now let's talk about Pumpkinhead 2, which is not those things. Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings is so run-of-the-mill. It's so normal. I mean, in the first one, Pumpkinhead killed people in these horrifying, sadistic, creative ways. And the only creative kill in the second movie is the impaling of the couple. And that's not even that creative. Like in the first movie, he stabbed a guy with a gun. He carved a cross into a Christian chick and shoved her face through a window. And in Pumpkinhead 2, he's just crushing people and hitting them and clawing them. He's not doing anything unique. And I know those of you heavily versed in Pumpkinhead lore are like, oh, every time Pumpkinhead awakens, the soul of a different person is inside of him, so of course he would act differently. Yes, that makes sense. But I'm not talking about it from a story perspective, not at this point. Right now I'm just complaining about a filmmaking perspective. It was just a kill-em-all movie. It wasn't the creative masterpiece. It didn't have all the creative shots. Nothing about this movie stood out at all. It was just monster killing people. And I kind of liked the ending. The suit still looks good, but it doesn't look quite as good, especially in the ending when he's all out in the bright. And it's like bright and you can really see him well. They don't make any effort to hide him in this movie, which is fine. That's not a complaint. I'm just letting you know. Because, in the first movie, you hide the monster. But in the second movie, everyone knows what the monster looks like. So hiding them isn't as important. So that's fine that they didn't really do anything to hide the monster. But this time, he's summoned in a completely different way. And the explanation for why he's summoned in a different way is because the soul in him is like the son of a previous Pumpkinhead, and that's why he can turn into a Pumpkinhead. We know from the comic series that you can have multiple Pumpkinheads at once and all this kind of stuff. I'll eventually get and review that comic series. I think there's a set of them at my local comic shop. My friend who owns the comic shop is a big Pumpkinhead fan. We actually reviewed the Pumpkinhead movie together, so he's going to hook me up with those books. Then I'll review them on the main channel for you guys if you're interested in the Pumpkinhead comics, which I hear are fantastic. So we're gonna move on to the story now. Not so great. I kind of liked the motivations of the Pumpkinhead. I thought it was fine. This is more, because like in the first movie, Pumpkinhead is like forced, like part of the curse of Pumpkinhead is that Pumpkinhead is forced to get revenge for other people. And in this movie, Pumpkinhead is getting revenge for himself. And like in the first movie, you're like, wow, Pumpkinhead is a fucking monster. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Pumpkinhead. You didn't feel bad for you almost kind of rooted for Pumpkinhead to kill people in the first movie. And in this movie, you also kind of root for him to kill people. At first, you aren't sure why he's killing people, but it is slowly revealed. And it's not terribly hard to figure out why he's killing people. But he's got these like blood wings. And the blood wings are kind of whatever. It's kind of whatever symbolism. It's just, the story's not bad, it's just not nearly as good as the first one. The first one roped you in so hard and it was so suspenseful, and there's like little to no suspense in this movie. It's just monsters killing everybody. What are we going to do about it? That's all it is. It almost seems like it's a 4TV film. And I don't think it was a 4TV movie. The third one was 4TV, but this one wasn't. And I did order the third one. We are going to review it. We'll probably review the fourth one before the third one, just because I already have a copy of the fourth one. But the second one, if you want it, you can get it for real cheap. Amazon digital streaming. It'll add to your videos library. That's what I did. You can also get a Blu-ray of it for maybe like 16, 20 bucks. Once again, it's just a standard monster flick. There's nothing special about it. If you want a really unique movie, watch the first Pumpkinhead from 1988, but the second Pumpkinhead is 100% nothing special. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to support us on Patreon if you want more great content from us. Once we get some patrons, we're going to up that production quality, you know. I got a big-ass pimple right there. You see that shit? But that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see y'all later.